So here's what I want to do this morning. If you are a dad, would you please stand up right now and stay standing? Then stand up. It's good. So men, I want to talk to you for just a moment. And the reason I want to talk to you is because I've seen how important fatherhood is. How do you guys know I didn't grow up with a great dad? I know for some of you to hear that stated so plainly publicly is a little bit shocking. Don't worry, he's dead. He's not going to find out, okay? But I could beat around the bush. It just doesn't change the facts. I didn't have a great dad, and that left a wound in my life. That left a void in my life, and I've seen how important fatherhood is. And then after that, God was gracious enough to allow me to become a dad. And by his grace, I decided that I would be a different kind of dad. Now, I haven't been perfect. I've left a lot of open field in front of me that future generations of my family can move the ball even further down the field. But I do know that God gave me enough grace that I got to move the ball significantly downfield from where I came. And I've seen the impact on my son. I've seen the impact on my daughter. And I've seen how important fatherhood is. And then I've been in ministry for about 3 decades now. And I've heard a lot of life stories. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they've been wounded by their dad. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they've been blessed by their dad. And most people are a mix of both. But in these lives that I've ministered to, I've seen how important fatherhood is. And then I pay attention to the research. Excuse me. There's interesting research out there, even on like church attendance. Do you know, Mother's Day is one of the top attended days of the church calendar. Top 3. You've got Easter, Christmas time, and Mother's Day. It's in the Trinity, for crying out loud. Mother's Day, mothers lead their family to church. Father's Day, lowest attended day of the church calendar. That's something. It falls below July 4th weekend, Labor Day weekend, and Memorial Day. All those are above, with all the travel that goes on. Isn't that crazy? And yet there's other research to pay attention to. If mom takes the kids to church without dad, there's a 1 in 50 chance that the kids embrace the faith. If dad takes kids to church, he leads, regardless of mom, 3 out of 4. Isn't that wild? I've seen how important fatherhood is. Men, your families need you. They need you to love them. They need you to serve them. They need you to lead them. They need you to be strong, and they also need you to be tender and gentle. Most of all, your families need you to lead the charge in walking with Jesus and then to point them to the Lord. After all, what we do as fathers is just an echo of our Heavenly Father. We are actually standing in His place for our little families here on earth. And what we do as fathers is supposed to be worship given right back to our Heavenly Father. It's a really big deal. Fatherhood is a great honor, but it is a huge responsibility. And I know you screw up. I know you have, and I know you will. And I hope and pray that you will give your families the gift of your humility. Own it like a man. And give your humility and then grow. Grow, and may our families be blessed by our fatherhood.